Hello and welcome into the broadcast, everybody. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live tonight, and it is the beginning of match day 2 in the 2021 edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Group A takes center stage tonight, and it's the second game of a Group A doubleheader. Earlier tonight, it was Trinidad and Tobago falling 2-0 to El Salvador. As a result, El Salvador clinched their spot in the quarterfinals, the first team to do so in this Gold Cup. Meanwhile, right now, in front and center, it's Guatemala taking on Mexico. Mexico, the number 1 team in CONCACAF. And after a disappointing opening game against Trinidad and Tobago, they are certainly looking to bounce back in a big way. Guatemala, meanwhile, a team who, as of Friday, didn't even know they were going to be in this tournament. And then they got the call that Curacao had to back out because of a COVID outbreak, and Guatemala were called on to be the replacement team. And so here they are, and facing a very, very ambitious Mexico team who are on a mission, as I mentioned, after a poor opening game in this Gold Cup. Let's get right to the starting lineups. First for Guatemala, it is Nicolas Agen in goal. Meanwhile, the 5 at the back for Guatemala are Kevin Garcia, Gerardo Gordillo, and Jose Pinto, along with Moises Hernandez and Steven Robles. The 3 in the midfield are Alejandro Galindo, Oscar Santos, and Jorge Aparicio, and the 2 up top are Darwin Lome and Robin Bentoncourt. Meanwhile, for Mexico, it is a pretty strong team that Tata Martino has put forward. Alfredo Talavera between the pipes. 4 at the back, Jesus Gallardo and Luis Rodriguez. The fullbacks, the center backs, Carlos Salcedo and Nestor Araujo. The 3 in the midfield are Eric Gutierrez, Edson Alvarez, and Hector Herrera. And then the 3 up top, Jesus Corona, Rogelio Funes Mori, and Urbelin Pineda. It is Funes Mori making his 3rd appearance for the Mexican national team. A lot of talk around Funes Mori, the Monterrey striker. No Chucky Lozano, after he suffered a very, very scary injury against Trinidad and Tobago on Saturday night. It required up to 40 stitches, as above his eyebrow was essentially completely cut open. And this game is at the historic Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Guatemala in white and blue, Mexico wearing their black and pink kits, and we're off and running from Dallas. Thank you, Jonathan, for tuning in. Much appreciated. What's my prediction? In all honesty, I think Mexico are going to come out and score goals for fun tonight. I get the feeling, because after they dominated Trinidad and couldn't get the win, I think they're going to come out and make a statement. So I'll say 4-0 Mexico. The weather tonight, it's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. In Dallas, 90% humidity. This match was delayed 38 minutes due to lightning in the area. And Guatemala with an early chance. That shot is blocked. It was Jorge Aparicio with the opportunity, and he does win Guatemala an early corner kick. Of course, it's a Mexico-heavy fan base tonight at the Cotton Bowl, but still a good amount of Guatemala fans as well. Of course, these countries neighbor each other. Over 500 miles of Mexico and Guatemala border, and that's a glancing header. Flashing wide from Guatemala's star up top, Darwin Lome. He actually plays for Cal United Strikers in the United States. Tata Martino, under some pressure, it has to be said, as Mexico head coach. This team expected to get the victory tonight, and not only that, win this entire tournament. And of course, after this for Mexico, it's World Cup qualifiers. So after that CONCACAF Nations League loss to the U.S., it's a Mexico team under quite a bit of pressure, as Mexico earn a free kick, the foul against Gordillo. What's going on, Kathleen? Welcome into the broadcast. You fell asleep before the end of last night's game, but rewatched it today. Yeah, I don't blame you. That was a late match. I'm surprised I even stayed up for it, and I appreciate the kind words, Kathleen. Thank you so much for tuning in. All these games taking place in Texas. Last night it was Houston. Tonight Dallas. They've dealt with weather delays, so a bit unfortunate. We've been in for some really late starts tonight. Not quite as late as last night, but still pretty late for us on the East Coast anyways. It was a 9:38 local time start, 10:38 Eastern. Garcia sends that ball off of Funes Mori to win the throw-in. It's a Guatemala team who have to avoid defeat to keep their chances alive of moving on to the knockout stages. So if Guatemala lose tonight, they will be the first team officially eliminated from the CONCACAF Gold Cup, even though they'll have one more game remaining. And here come Mexico. Maybe a chance. Dribbling through was Tecatito Corona. Lost control at the last second. Now it's wide with Pineda. Now Gallardo along the edge of the 18-yard box. Dispossessed. Guatemala on the counter. This ball rolled ahead by Santis. Here is Lom again, splitting the Mexico defense. Didn't win the free kick, but Guatemala still have it. Earlier today, after El Salvador defeated Trinidad and Tobago, El Salvador became the first team to punch their ticket into the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup. And here's a cross to the near post. Sliding in was Betancourt. And it will be a corner kick. He made the near post run. And it was not a bad service at all. The cross was cut out, but it will set up yet another Guatemala corner kick. Not a bad start for a team who wasn't even supposed to be in this tournament. And of course are the heavy underdogs in this match. It's delivered to the near post. The header away by Araujo, and now back in. Effort from way out by Betancourt, and Talavera, the Mexican keeper, is there to make the save. Here's a diagonal switch of play by Gutierrez, but Hagen, the Guatemalan keeper, is quick to the ball. 5th minute of play, and for the neutral, an exciting start. It's been a very open match in the early stages. That's turned over by Guatemala in a tug of the shirt. A foul called against Moises Hernandez. It is a Jamaican referee tonight, Mr. Parchment. The conditions were just brutal. Only an hour ago in Dallas, all the fans took shelter as the lightning was in the vicinity of the field, and it was gusting. There was gusting rain and thunderstorms, but it's cleared up since. Oh, is that right, Kathleen? You're from Southwest Colorado. Very good, very good. Monsoons all day. So yeah, this is nothing new for you, huh? Yeah, as this is delivered in, and it's cleared off the line essentially by Guatemala. It was Gerardo Gordillo, or no, rather it was Alejandro Galindo who got a touch to it. Wow, where was this ball cleared off of? Yeah, just about a yard in front of goal. Galindo got a crucial touch, or else that might have been curling in, or at least towards the run of Funes Mori. What's up, J.A.? How you doing, man? How are you doing? Yeah, Kathleen, I'm from Massachusetts, so, I mean, once in a while we'll get some, torrential downpours and thunderstorms, but, I mean, the weather's kind of crazy here. We'll have a sunny day like today where it was really nice, and then we'll have, like, thunderstorms the next day, but we don't get, rain on a consistent basis, but now and again we'll get a couple of days, but nothing like an actual monsoon. Guatemala, by the way, making their 11th Gold Cup appearance. They did make it all the way to the quarterfinals in both the 2007 and 2011 Gold Cup editions. Mexico, meanwhile, making their 16th appearance. And, well, they've won 8 times. That's the most out of any team. And shaken up was Carlos Salcedo. What's going on, Astro PD? I appreciate you tuning in over on Twitch. Hope all is well with yourself. It's kind of a wild story with Guatemala. Last week in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, they lost in a thrilling penalty kick shootout to Guadeloupe. It was a 13-round penalty kick shootout. Guatemala fell, so they thought, well, they were eliminated from contention. So that's why Guadeloupe qualified to the Gold Cup and Guatemala did not. As I mentioned earlier, Curacao on the eve of the tournament backed out because of an outbreak, a COVID outbreak. And so Guatemala were the highest ranked team that didn't make the Gold Cup. And so they were the first replacement team. And they actually, after not qualifying originally, following that penalty kick loss to Guadeloupe, fired their manager before finding out the very next day that, they actually are in the Gold Cup due to Curacao backing out. So it's been a wild past week, to say the least, for this Guatemala side. And so it is Rafael Loredo in charge of Guatemala after all was said and done. You're watching the match right now? Yep. What's going on? Jadiel, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I appreciate you stopping by. My name is Sam, but you can call me Guy if you want. I appreciate you tuning in. Another delay tonight in Gold Cup action, but this one not nearly as bad as last night. Just a 38-minute delay. And there is a free kick for Mexico. 10th minute, no score. Match day 2 here in Group A. In the series history, well, it's the 42nd all-time, meaning Mexico lead the all-time series quite comfortably with 22 wins, 13 draws, 6 losses. And that's a heavy challenge down for Guatemala's Oscar Santis. And the temper is flaring a bit. This is the 8th meeting between these two sides in Gold Cup history. 5 wins, 2 draws for Mexico. They've never lost to Guatemala in this tournament. And yeah, that's a heavy challenge from Carlos Salcedo. And yeah, there might be a fight, Astro PD. Well, these two teams, I suppose you could consider them rivals. I mean, historically speaking, the quality of both of these sides have been drastically on different spectrums. No disrespect to Guatemala, but Mexico have just been superior to a lot of teams in CONCACAF, but certainly Guatemala in the past. But these are two neighboring countries who don't like each other that much at all. So we're seeing a little bit of that bad blood early on. And that gap between the lower end teams in CONCACAF and the top teams in CONCACAF is certainly shrinking. So that's good to see. There's more competition in the region and some bad blood early in this one. What's going on, Vidal? I appreciate you tuning in. How are you doing, man? We've got a Guatemala fan, Vidal. I'm pulling for Guatemala as well. I'm a U.S. fan, so I can never, ever cheer for Mexico. And that will be offside, so right off of the Guatemalan set piece, the flag is raised. What's going on? Slugmosphere over on Periscope. Another Guatemala fan. I'm loving it. Guatemala opened up this Gold Cup campaign with a 2-0 defeat to El Salvador. That was on Sunday. Mexico, meanwhile, on Saturday, surprisingly drew against Trinidad and Tobago 0-0, despite outshooting them 30-4. We'll see if Mexico can put up a similar shot tally, but instead actually find the back of the net tonight. Here is Rodriguez. Nice combination play. Okay, your name is Denise. Very, very good. Very good. I will remember that. Thank you, Denise, for tuning in on Periscope. This is now held by Edson Alvarez. And thank you very much for the kind words, Jonathan. And thank you, LBY, for tuning in. Yes, I am narrating the match, providing play-by-play commentary of all the action. Here is Luis Rodriguez of Tigres floating in the cross. The header won by Hernandez of Guatemala. And now Guatemala looking to counter. You have to think, if Guatemala are to score a goal, this is the fashion in which they'd get one on the counterattack. But not much support there for Darwin Loam, and Mexico are back with it in the midfield. Here's Atletico Madrid's Hector Herrera. Herrera coming off of a La Liga title, of course, with Atleti. Now it's Carlos Salcedo. Just like Rodriguez playing for Tigres in Liga MX. It's a roster with many players who play in Mexico, of course, as has always been the case with Mexico, but some overseas players also. And Darwin Loam streaking forward for Guatemala once more, but tracking back is Salcedo for Mexico. No, your thing is not broken, Astro PD. I stream across YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch, so I have comments coming from all three platforms. Unfortunately, I can't make it so that all the comments can be seen on every platform. But yeah, I stream on multiple platforms. So no, your thing is not broken. Don't worry. That is completely normal, as this pass floated into the path of, it looked like Tecatito Corona, will be handled by Nicolas Agen. It was a 1-2 combination. It was actually Jesus Gallardo making the run. Funes Mori trying to link up with Gallardo. Just 2 changes for Tata Martino's lineup tonight. And we automatically knew one of them, which was Chucky Lozano, because being replaced, of course, because he suffered that horrendous injury. I mean, even though I dislike Mexico as a United States supporter, you never want to see that type of injury for a player. And Chucky Lozano is such a great talent. I think the best player on Mexico. And, hopefully he has a speedy and healthy recovery, because that was an ugly injury. As Orbelin Pineda drew the free kick. A look at the Group A live standings. El Salvador atop the group with 6 points. And we already know they're through to the quarterfinals. Mexico on 2 points if this result were to hold. Trinidad and Tobago and Guatemala each with 1. Guatemala need to avoid defeat to go through, to stay alive, I should say. Mexico with the win wouldn't clinch a spot in the quarterfinals, but they put themselves in pretty darn good shape to do so. And if this game ended in a draw, El Salvador would finish top of the group no matter what happened on the final match day. And a lot of chippiness early. Once more a foul committed. Much appreciated, Vidal. You're from Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm from Franklin, Massachusetts. So probably about 2 hours away from you. Yep. So I'm from New England, just as you are. Yeah, well, Astro, based on the chippiness we've seen in this match so far, anything can happen in CONCACAF, especially in rivalry matches. So I wouldn't be shocked if we had some sort of fight. We'll see. We'll see how this one plays out. Rogelio Funes Mori. Back for Pineda. Now Edson Alvarez in possession. Edge of the penalty area. Another foul. A hard foul as well, as Hector Herrera was taken down. And it's a free kick from a very dangerous position for Mexico. Yeah, that's just an unnecessary foul to commit in that area of the pitch from Moises Hernandez. And so Mexico could be in business from this set piece. Thank you for subscribing. I greatly appreciate that, LB. Yeah, if any of you enjoy the broadcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That would mean a lot. I would greatly appreciate that. I enjoy doing just this play-by-play commentary of a variety of different sports. And I hope to become a sports broadcaster when I'm older, and a play-by-play commentator in particular. Hector Herrera was real lethal on Saturday night. Despite Mexico not scoring, he had 8 chances created in that match in Arlington at the home of the Dallas Cowboys. AT&T Stadium, of course. All right, I appreciate that, Astro. Yeah, my YouTube channel you should be able to find if you just type in Samuel Reese. If you have any trouble, I'll put the link in the chat as that shot flashes wide. Herrera going for goal and aiming for that far post, but it was always curling away from goal. And looking to redirect it was Pineda, but was unable to do so. And so Nicolas Again will take this Guatemalan goal kick. Guatemala, the heavy underdogs, but after they saw what Trinidad and Tobago did on Saturday against Mexico, they'll certainly have the belief that they can salvage a much-needed point. And everything will be to play for in that final match between El Salvador, or rather between Guatemala and Trinidad, I should say. And we'll have our first booking. That didn't take long, did it? We knew it was coming sooner rather than later. In the 20th minute, it is Oscar Santis with just a late challenge on Jesus Corona. And he is shown a yellow card. Yes, yellow card time indeed. There was only a matter of time before we saw that. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Glad to bring you continuing coverage of the 2021 CONCACAF Gold Cup. And, of course, a week from today, the Olympics will be underway. So I look forward to covering the U.S. women's national team. I'll be calling a couple of other sports as well. Looking forward to that. But, of course, the Gold Cup and Olympics overlap a little, but I'll still be covering the Gold Cup knockout stage as well, most certainly. Here's the free kick swung in by Jesus Corona, and the header just over the bar from Funes Mori. He wanted a corner kick, but won't get the call. Instead, a goal kick for Guatemala. Again, with the long ball forward. Off the bounce, it's settled by Mexico. The possession 61% to 39% in favor of Mexico. The shot's actually 3-2 in Guatemala's favor. The foul 6-3. Guatemala leading that category as well. Here is Edson Alvarez. Alvarez wide for Rodriguez. Rodriguez battling with Hernandez, and Hernandez will win possession and a foul, as he was Clipped by Rodriguez. So far, so good from Guatemala. About midway through the first half. Actually, a foul wasn't called. My apologies. So it will be a corner kick, in fact, for Mexico. This game taking place at the historic Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. It will be an outswinging delivery. A lot of action in the box. The header is cleared by Guatemala, and here they come. Long ball forward, but nice recovery by Rodriguez, who got there in time before Darwin Loam would have been in on goal with a chance. It's been an open match so far. Yeah, I mean, Astro, that's certainly Guatemala's, task tonight. They would be pleased with a point, just like Trinidad were the other night against Mexico. A point would be like a victory for Guatemala, especially considering Mexico are coming off of an underwhelming result, and you'd expect them to not only win, but win in convincing fashion. And so, yeah, Guatemala are going to be sitting back. The ball's going to be in their end for much of the match. We know that. But as long as they keep Mexico off the board, there will be hope that they can get something out of this match. The deflected cross handled by Agen. And this will be rolled out for Kevin Garcia. Leaping header from Jesus Gallardo. Guatemala have it once again, however. 25th minute of play, and we're still scoreless at the Cotton Bowl. Guatemala, Mexico. Second match for both teams in Group A at the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Oh, and a little bit of confusion. Mexico took a quick throw, and Guatemala quick to react. There was a bit of trickery from Mexico as a quick throw-in was taken by, I believe, Rodriguez. But behind the play, someone else from Mexico, I couldn't quite find out who it was, went to take it as Alvarez has a chance, and a diving save is made by Agen. What a save that is from the Guatemalan keeper. It was actually Gutierrez set up by Edson Alvarez, and a fantastic stop with the left arm of Agen. That's a brilliant stop. Yeah, pretty much. And a reminder that Gold Cup action continues tomorrow. The nightcap will be 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific when the United States face Martinique. I will be on the call for that match. Very much looking forward to it. Of course, the U.S. are my team, so I can't wait to call their second match of the Gold Cup after they won against Haiti in the opener. Gallardo for Alvarez. Once more, Gallardo. Considering the poor conditions weather-wise heading into the match, a pretty good turnout tonight. Mexico fans always turn out well. Guatemala also with plenty of support at the Cotton Bowl tonight. The last win for Guatemala came back on October 17th of 2007 in a friendly. It was a 3-2 victory, so it's been a while for Guatemala since they've defeated the Giants of CONCACAF. It is a Guatemala throw-in on the far touchline. One back by Mexico, however. The captain, Herrera. Now Pineda to the outside with Gallardo. Into the middle. It's Pineda. Looks like the 1 on his jersey is peeling. Looks like he's number 0 now. Instead of 10, here is Tecatito Corona. Corona battling on the far side and eventually lost it. However, Mexico quick to win possession back. This is Eric Gutierrez. Floated ball ahead. Now comes the cross. And all the way through it comes. And Honduras will earn a throw-in. Well, the fans enjoying themselves. A late start to this one after a 38-minute lightning delay. Mexico once again take it away rather easily from Guatemala. This ball chipped ahead by Herrera, cut inside, curling effort, and what a goal! Rogelio Funes Mori, que golazo! And the Monterrey man strikes for Mexico, 1-0 to El Tri, and their first goal of the Gold Cup comes at last in the 29th minute. Oh, that's a brilliant world-class strike, and that's why Funes Mori is starting for this Mexican side at the Gold Cup. The header one off of a Guatemala throw-in. And it looked like, indeed, Funes Mori was in line with the last defender, onside, cutting into the inside to his right foot, and the curling shot is just a beautiful, beautiful finish. Beautiful technique, and Mexico grab the lead in Dallas. Wow. Just caressing that one into the far corner. No chance for the keeper, Nicolas Agent. And the Mexican fans can celebrate at last. That first goal of the Gold Cup took a while to come, but it finally has arrived for Funes Mori, and this is where Mexico could really step into a whole nother gear. Just the third cap for Funes Mori, and already 2 goals for Mexico. He scored in his first cap the other week in a friendly against Nigeria, and now he scores the first Mexico goal in this edition of the Gold Cup. And now some frustration perhaps kicking in for Guatemala. We reach the midway point. It's Mexico up a goal. Here is Pineda, and the 1 on his kit has completely torn off now. So it literally looks like he's number 0 now. I'm not sure if that's entirely allowed. I don't think the referee has spotted that out yet. Can Mexico keep the pressure on and score a few more goals? Of course, goal difference is important. That's the first tiebreaker. This is sent out wide by Tecatito. Now Chucky Rodriguez. 1-2 with Herrera. Out wide. It's Rodriguez still going, looking to cross. The delivery all the way through. And that ball curled out of play. It will be a Guatemala goal kick. Oh, yeah, there'll definitely be some more yellow cards to come, Astro. No doubt about it. And now that Guatemala have conceded, it's definitely going to be a tough task to come back and salvage a point. If Guatemala lose, their tournament is over. Well, technically not. They'll still have one more group stage game, but with no shot of advancing to the knockout stage. Yeah, I agree, Kathleen. Look at the Group A live standings. El Salvador have already punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. They're in first with 6 points. Then it's Mexico with 4 points, Trinidad and Tobago with 1, Guatemala none. That's the live table. And that will be a foul against Darwin Loam. So that El Salvador-Mexico game on Sunday night, once again here at the Cotton Bowl. That will be an interesting one for top spot in the group. Mexico will need to win to claim top spot. And then Trinidad will be fighting for their lives as well. They'll need to be hoping for a Mexico defeat to El Salvador. I know I'm looking a bit ahead of myself. So it is a bit desperate for Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, top 2 teams in each group go through. This is a quick restart by Guatemala. And out of his box was Talavera, but instead, handling it all himself was Araujo, as he headed it away from goal. And that long ball wide from Pineda is just overhit a bit. Header won by Gallardo. And now it's with Nestor Araujo. Araujo into Salcedo. Araujo, who plays for Celta Vigo in Spain. This is now on the left touchline with Gallardo. Mexico seem very, very comfortable in possession. Certainly content in playing that way with the lead. Now it's Gallardo once more. Cross delivered. And now fought for in the box. It's Pineda who wins it, lays it back. Here's a strike, just wide. What a chance for Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez doesn't score a ton of goals, but he's certainly a capable goal scorer. And that ball just curled away from goal at the last second. Mexico fans thought they might have had a second goal. Not quite. Here's Gallardo into Alvarez. There is some pressure from Guatemala. 35th minute. About 10 minutes to play in the opening half from Dallas, Texas. That ball kept in play by Robles. But Guatemala just struggling to keep it. However, that's a mishit pass from Alvarez. And now Guatemala could be in business. And that's a turnover, however. Rodriguez is there. And it will be a Mexican throw-in. A little shove at the end from Rodriguez on Hernandez. As you mentioned, Astro, these two teams don't like each other much. We've seen that in these opening 35 minutes or so. That's a perfectly timed slide tackle. However, Herrera went down. No foul called. Heavy first touch there from Loam. A big collision there, and surely that is a foul. And a yellow card as well. The temper is certainly flaring quite a bit as the yellow is flashed to Robin Bentoncourt. And Rodriguez is down for Mexico. So 2 yellow cards for Guatemala so far. And Rodriguez is still down for El Tri. That sequence right there was a wild one. There were bodies flying all over the place. Probably more than a couple uncalled fouls, but that last challenge, that is a horrible challenge. I mean, a scissor kick from Bentoncourt, and it came well after Rodriguez passed the ball off. That's a reckless challenge to say the least. And it's the 10th foul from Guatemala. We're only 37 minutes in, and already 10 fouls committed by the Guatemalans. Well, I'm sure Mexico knew what they were in for coming into the night. And it was Rogelio Funes Mori in the 29th minute with a well-taken finish. And that's why Mexico have a 1-goal lead over Guatemala in the second game of the Gold Cup for both of these sides. And that first goal was just so important to relieve some of those nerves that were certainly there for this Mexico team who knew there was so much pressure to win coming into the night. This is now out wide with Gallardo. Gutierrez. Now rolled ahead for Corona. Funes Mori back to Corona. Could be a chance, but a really nice recovery at the last second from Jorge Aparicio. It will be a Mexico corner kick, however, as they look for a second goal before the halftime mark, as this will be the third corner tonight for El Tri. And this will be an outswinging delivery from Jesus Corona of FC Porto. Header away by Guatemala. And it will be a throw-in. Looks like the fans have the wave going on in Dallas. It's great to see most stadiums, I think all actually, in this Gold Cup functioning at full capacity. Of course, for a huge stadium like the Cotton Bowl, you're not going to see every seat filled, especially on a dreary night like this with thunderstorms earlier. But it's still great to see fantastic atmospheres after we went pretty much a year with no fans at all, and then fans at a very limited capacity. But it's great to see stadiums reopening fully, particularly here in the States. This is rolled ahead. Funes Mori going for a second goal. He put it wide. The flag remained down, although there were shouts from Guatemala that he was offside. That was a really good chance for a second goal. And looking at the replay, though, it looked like even if he had scored, it would have been coming back because he looked to be in an offside position, Funes Mori. He's hungry for a brace, isn't he? 5 minutes left in the opening half. Leaping header out of play. Last touched by Orbelin Pineda. And once again, the Gold Cup continues tomorrow. The nightcap, 10 Eastern time, 7 Pacific, Martinique against the United States. I will be on the call for that match from Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. It's where all 3 of the United States group stage matches are taking place. And I can't wait to be on the call for that one, as the U.S. look to make it a perfect 6 points out of 6 with a win tomorrow through 2 games in the group stage. Edson Alvarez now wide for Carlos Salcedo. Time winding down in the opening 45. Alvarez gave it away. Guatemala win a throw-in. That was blasted off of Pineda's shin. And Garcia right along the touchline wins another Guatemalan throw-in. If Guatemala can keep the score as is heading into the locker room at halftime, they'll certainly be in decent shape. But if they concede a goal before the interval, then the result will pretty much be decided then and there. You have to think. You never know, though. This is settled by Galindo. Here is Hernandez. Direct ball into the box. Elevated as well, but the flag was raised. Offsides called. Yep, it was Loam on the right side. Just timing his run a little too early. And now here come Mexico once more. It's Eric Gutierrez. Gutierrez, dangerous looking ball, but a nice recovery as the header was won by Hernandez. Mexico have it again. And this is Corona. Lost for a moment, and now Guatemala have it for sure. 43rd minute of play. However, that pass is not connected. Mexico give it right back. The possession 68 to 32% in Mexico's favor. Seems like that number is climbing up slowly but surely as this game continues. A nifty pass there and a nice 1-2. Aparicio got it back. And now it will be a Guatemala throw-in with 90 seconds until first half stoppage time. Santis was trying to get a bit too fancy along the sideline. And here come Mexico. Space is opening up down the right sideline. It's Tecatito Corona. Corona looking to cross. That's blocked. It was Robles getting in the way. But Mexico win it back, although losing focus there was Hector Herrera. The ball just slipped right under his foot. And now here's Robles. Some good pressure from behind. It looked like a clean win, but Funes Mori called for the foul. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Another pretty late night, but late nights well worth it in the summer for CONCACAF Gold Cup action. The Gold Cup taking place a little later than it usually does, and that's so it didn't conflict with both the Euros and Copa America. A smart decision on CONCACAF's part, because they now get all the limelight with the Euros and Copa America coming to a close this past weekend, and Gold Cup just getting underway. Here's the ball floated in, and quick to the edge of his box was Alfredo Talavera. He hasn't been involved too much, but he's been there when Mexico have needed him. There will be 2 additional minutes at the end of this first half. On the ball now is Gutierrez. Now Herrera. Mexico just slowing down the tempo a bit. Passed into the middle by Gallardo. Gutierrez with a switch of play out on the far side. It's Araujo. A minute left of the half. Mexico by a goal. That pass is cut out. A good read there by Gerardo Gordillo. And that'll be out for a Guatemala throw. The Mexico fans certainly enjoying themselves. Guatemala fans as well. Guatemala, have nothing to lose. They weren't even supposed to be in this tournament. Will they have anything left in the tank in the second half? That'll be a question answered as the second half progresses, but we'll have to wait and see. Hector Herrera, seconds away now from the halftime whistle. And that is it. Halftime in Dallas. And at the Cotton Bowl, it's Guatemala 0, Mexico 1. Beautiful, beautiful goal from Rogelio Funes Mori has El Tri on top. The first goal of Mexico's 2021 Gold Cup campaign has arrived at last. And it's the newcomer for this Mexico side, Funes Mori, getting on the score sheet. I'll be back with the halftime report next. Don't go anywhere. Mexico by a goal after 45 minutes. Welcome back in, everybody, and welcome to the halftime report. I am here, Italian boy. Thanks for watching over on Twitch. I was just stepping aside for a moment as we have reached halftime in Dallas. 1-0, Mexico leading Guatemala. Thanks, everyone who stopped by for tonight's broadcast. And going over those first half highlights, early on, just 6 minutes in, Mexico would have a golden opportunity from a free kick. Funes Mori making the back post run, but a clearance off the line from Gordillo, or rather from Galindo. And then in the 19th minute, Hector Herrera would have a good opportunity from a free kick. That shot would end up wide. Then in the 25th minute, it would be a wonderful save from Agen, denying Mexico of their opening goal. However, 4 minutes after that, the breakthrough goal would come at last for El Tri. Rogelio Funes Mori with a nice controlled touch with the chest, then taking it inside to his right foot and a glorious finish, curling it around the keeper and into the far corner. That's just a beautiful finish from the Monterrey striker. And that goal has Mexico in the lead. Am I a soccer player? Yes. Well, I used to play. I used to play club soccer. Unfortunately, I had some complications and issues with my feet, so I had to stop playing. So I haven't been playing, at the club or high school level for a couple of years now. But I do, I do, I do play for fun still, and I'm actually looking to get back into the game. I'm taking a course right now to become a soccer referee starting this fall. So I do have a lot of soccer balls. Yes, I'll get to that in a moment. Look at some first half stats. The total shots 6-3 Mexico. Shots on goal 2-1 in favor of El Tri. They had 3 corners as well. Guatemala had 2. 10 fouls for Guatemala, 5 for Mexico, and the possession, as expected, heavily in favor of Mexico. So my dad used to coach college soccer, and so each ball represents 100 wins. So that's what that's all about. I was actually born with club feet, Italian boy. So basically, when I was born, my feet were the exact opposite way that they should be. Basically, backwards. Yeah. So I had to get my feet fixed at a very young age. I don't remember it because I was, just months old. I had to wear casts, and eventually get my feet into the correct position. And I was in a wheelchair a lot when I was younger, but fortunately it's great that they fixed it. They did great work to fix my feet. But I was fortunate enough to, be able to not only walk, but actually, play sports. But I still had some lingering issues with my feet. And I had to have surgery on my, I had to have surgery on my left foot a couple years ago where I had to get a tendon moved from one part of the foot to the other, to correct some ankle problems I was having, and that was a huge setback for me. So unfortunately, it just, and soccer is a sport where you have to run a lot. So unfortunately, it just, wasn't going well for me. I was playing it through too much pain. But I love staying involved with the game and all sports through sports broadcasting and calling games. And I'm still staying involved with soccer, and I'm gonna give it another go trying to referee, so and make a little bit of money too. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, I'll be back after a quick break. The halftime report will continue, and after the break, I'll look ahead to America's matchup tomorrow. The United States, of course, gearing up for their second game of the tournament against Martinique. Stay tuned. Welcome back into the halftime report, everybody. Of course, the United States will be back in action tomorrow night. And in their Gold Cup opener, it was not a convincing victory, but they got the job done. The U.S. did, as an early goal from Sam Vines was enough for the 3 points, as it was a 1-0 victory. A reminder that it's a Gold Cup doubleheader tomorrow on tap in Group B. The day gets started at 7:30 Eastern when Haiti faces Canada, and then at 10 it's Martinique against the United States. Meanwhile, earlier tonight in Group A, it was El Salvador continuing to impress. To be honest, it was a disappointing showing from Trinidad and Tobago, but nonetheless, El Salvador with their second victory of the tournament, 2-0. They defeated TNT, and El Salvador with that victory are through to the quarterfinals on 6 points. And if this result holds, Mexico would be in second with 4 points, and Trinidad and Tobago in third with 1 point, and then Guatemala eliminated with no points. What is that red ball? What red ball are you alluding to? Are you alluding to that one over there? That red ball? I'm not sure what red ball you're alluding to, but now each one from, I guess from the viewer's perspective, from left to right, that's every 100 wins that my dad had in his college coaching career. So yeah, I'll be back after a quick break, and after this, it's back out to Dallas. Second half of Mexico and Guatemala is on the other side. Welcome back in, everybody. We are set to begin the second half at the Cotton Bowl, and it's Mexico up by a goal on Guatemala as both teams return to the pitch. Looks like Guatemala are the first ones back out there. Mexico soon to follow. And we gear up for the final 45 minutes in this one. And Guatemala will make a halftime substitution. Ceballos will enter the match. And off comes Robin Betancourt. So that's the halftime substitution made by Guatemala. We'll see if Ceballos can make any type of positive impact in these final 45 minutes as Guatemala play from behind. Thank you, Johan, for joining the broadcast on Twitch. Unfortunately, man, I hate to say this, but I'm not allowed to show the game. YouTube, Twitch, all these platforms are very strict with copyright. So I'm not allowed to show it, or else I could get in trouble and my channel could be possibly banned, and I do not want that to happen. So unfortunately, I can't show the actual game. If you do live in the United States, this game is being shown on Fox Sports 1 in English, and I believe Tuduene in Spanish. I'll check that. But yeah, I apologize, man. I would show it if I could. Oh yeah, Tuduene and Univision is showing it in Spanish. So yeah, I would if I could, but I can't take any gamble. So it's just play-by-play commentary, but even though you can't see the game on here, you certainly won't miss a moment as we're underway in the second half. Thank you, Johan. I appreciate it. You enjoy it as well, as Betancourt has come off for Ceballos. That's the lone halftime substitution. And this is Nestor Araujo for Mexico. Mexico attacking from left to right in the second half. Guatemala right to left. Guatemala wearing white and blue. Mexico in their black and pink kits tonight. And that didn't take long for Guatemala to commit a foul. As it was Pineda who went down for El Tri. The foul there coming from Kevin Garcia. Here is Araujo. Out wide, it comes for Rodriguez. And now Araujo back for the keeper in Talavera. No memo Ochoa. And this is a brisky back pass. It came at again with pace, but he cleared it away under some pressure as well. Oh, that's a nice touch. Good work by the substitute Ceballos, and maybe a chance. A player went down in the box for Guatemala. No penalty kick, says the Jamaican referee. And now here come Mexico. Is this onside? The flag stays down. Rogelio Funes Mori holding up play. The heel flick pass, and now across to the back post. A save made. Again came sweeping in to snatch that one and deny Pineda of a second goal for Mexico. What a sequence from a Guatemala penalty shout at one end to a Mexico golden opportunity at the other. And now Guatemala will reset in the midfield. Robles. Now Galindo. I'd like to have another look at that penalty shout for Guatemala, but we won't get one until the next stoppage in play. And so, play continues. Here is Hector Herrera. Rodriguez gets it back from Tecatito Corona. That was stabbed away by Pinto. Jose Pinto, the center back, and a free kick won as Aparicio was taken down by Edson Alvarez. Group A will conclude on Sunday. In fact, this is the first ever edition of the Gold Cup, I believe, where we'll see the final match day feature the two games in the same groups taking place simultaneously, like we see in competitions such as the Euros, Copa America, and the World Cup. Previously, we'd see on the final match day a doubleheader at the same site in the Gold Cup group stage finales in all groups, but not this year. We will see simultaneous matchups, which certainly adds to the excitement of that final match day in the group stage. Mexico expecting nothing short of a Gold Cup title. They've won 4 of the last 6 Gold Cups. They could be on the verge of a second goal here. It's Tecatito Corona. Squares the ball. Great pass. And it's kept out. Hagen denies Funes Mori as Funes Mori went for his second goal. And it was a cheeky little chip. But the Guatemalan keeper was up to the task. And this was a close call. It looked like Funes Mori would have been off anyways. But that doesn't take away from a great save by Hagen. Hagen has made a couple of nice stops tonight for Guatemala. If it weren't for his efforts, it certainly could be worse than a 1-goal deficit for the underdogs. On the ball now is Corona. The possession continues to be heavily in favor of Mexico. As expected, it has to be said. This is Araujo back from Rodriguez. Now it's settled by Herrera. Rodriguez. Out wide for Corona. And he'll send it off of Ceballos. It will be an El Tree throw-in. And it's Rodriguez taking it. Into the middle, it's Gutierrez. Hector Herrera once more. Clipped into the box. The header isn't out of the box. Bouncing ball. On it was Pineda. And now a foul will be called. Quick restart by Guatemala. Even as Mexico had numerous players around the ball, Guatemala decided to take that free kick quickly. A bit of a gamble, but no harm done for them. And Mexico commit the foul this time. Down went Hernandez. Galindo with the long switch. Speaking of Ceballos, the substitute who came in for Guatemala, he was their first penalty kick taker against Guadeloupe in that final preliminary match. And he missed his first penalty. And then, of course, it went 13 rounds. So it went back to Ceballos in the 12th round. And he missed that penalty as well. He missed both of his kicks. That proved to be costly. And as I said, Guatemala, after losing that penalty kick shootout to Guadeloupe, did not qualify for this Gold Cup. But due to Curacao backing out due to a COVID outbreak, Guatemala were called in as their replacement. And so here they are in the tournament that they thought they weren't going to be participating in. And that ball lofted ahead will be picked up by Talavera. This game is opening up a little bit more. Guatemala not as compact as they were in that first half because they know they need a point in this match to stay alive. As Rodriguez will move it into the middle with Jose Pinto. That was Edson Alvarez. Pinto applying some pressure from Guatemala. And now it's Rodriguez. Sprayed out wide for Tecatito. Here's Corona. Looking for the foul. Doesn't get the call. He was asking for it. Didn't get the whistle. And now it's Salcedo. Rodriguez. Excuse my yawn. It's very late here on the East Coast. In fact, we're 9 minutes away from midnight. Mexico continue to possess the ball. And now this ball lines up perfectly. Pineda squares it, and Funes Mori has his second goal of the night. It's Mexico at their best, 2-0 El Tri, and Funes Mori scores his third goal and his third appearance for El Tri. Boy, has he come onto the scene in style. And the build-up play started on the right side. Rodriguez, the ball ahead. It took a bit of a fortunate deflection for Mexico as it fell right into the path of Pineda, who squared it across, and Funes Mori made absolutely no mistake, smashing that one time into the roof of the goal. And Mexico have a 2-goal lead. And there's no looking back now. Just great movement off the ball, some beautiful one-touch passing. It's world class from Mexico. And it's Funes Mori's second goal of the night. Boy, is he getting red hot. It looks that way. And yeah, now that the second goal has come, this could be where the floodgates really open up. Mexico could pour it on at this stage. And from a long distance, that shot's well off target from Galindo. He immediately raises his arm, apologizing. On the far side, it's settled by Darwin Loam. Loam into the middle. Great step by Rodriguez. Heavy tackle. Play continues. Mexico on the attack. And springing free is Pineda. Pineda, who had the assist on the most recent goal. Step over move. Down in the box. But it's a clean takeaway from Guatemala. And now Mexico will reset as they win possession back. 57 minutes played. The possession numbers continue to increase. 72% of it for Mexico now. And this ball rolled into the path of Funes Mori. They'll take it out wide. The shot's 8-3 Mexico now. It was 3-2 Guatemala at one stage. That was long ago. 11 fouls from Guatemala, 8 from Mexico. It's now Araujo. On the touchline, Rodriguez. Will chip forward, trying to force it through, but Guatemala have it. And now this could be promising. It's Darwin Loam. Loam all the way forward. He'll take a crack at goal himself, but the block came from Nestor Araujo. We close in on the hour mark in Dallas, and we close in on midnight in the East Coast. There's a clip from behind. Foul against Hector Herrera. Or rather, Funes Mori, excuse me. He took down Gerardo Gordillo. Ceballos is standing over this Guatemalan set piece, and it looks like Guatemala are set on making a second change. Ceballos was, of course, the halftime substitute for Guatemala. This is a bit too far out for a shot, but we'll see what type of service Ceballos can deliver. The referee just having another word about encroachment with the Mexican players, and that ball lofted all the way through, and it will be a Mexico goal kick. It's just been a tough night for Guatemala overall, and here come their second change. Kevin Garcia off, and it will be Dominguez coming on. It'll actually be a double change here from Guatemala. Of course, you're permitted to make 5 changes, and it will be Alejandro Galindo exiting. Morales steps in place of him. An hour played, a half hour to go at the Cotton Bowl. 2-0 Mexico. Both goals courtesy of Rogelio Funes Mori. And a look at those live standings once more in Group A. It's El Salvador, who already advanced to the quarterfinals, in first place with a perfect 6 points. Mexico right behind them with 4 points. Trinidad and Tobago with 1, Guatemala none. So if this result held, which it looks like it will, Guatemala will be eliminated. Trinidad and Tobago will have to beat Guatemala on the final day and hope Mexico loses to have a shot. Mexico, meanwhile, would not officially clinch a spot in the quarterfinals with this win, but they'd be on the verge of doing so. A draw in their final game against El Salvador would guarantee that, but they'll be going for the win, of course. Nothing short of a win for Mexico will get them first place. So El Salvador will just need a draw on that final match day against Mexico to secure that top spot. Easier said than done, of course. That should be a fun match at this very stadium on Sunday night. On the far side of the pitch, it's Orbelin Pineda. Now Herrera. Yeah, El Salvador have been a really great story so far in this tournament, it has to be said. It's a nice turn from Jesus Corona. A chance on the left wing and going for goal, but skying it over the bar was Jesus Gallardo. He certainly had options to his right, decided to take it on himself. Yeah, Funes Mori in particular, wide open at the edge of the 6-yard box. Look at the remaining group matches for both sides. Guatemala have Trinidad and Tobago on Sunday night. Mexico have El Salvador on the same night. Both matches will kick off simultaneously at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Rodriguez stepping in, and ultimately a foul called against Aparicio. Free kick for El Tri. And look at that. We have reached midnight here on the East Coast. So for all of you who live on the East Coast like I do, happy Thursday. 11 p.m. there in Dallas where this match is taking place. Mexico seeking a third goal. Gutierrez, couple of deep breaths, now ready to deliver. And the save made again is there. And he'll quickly throw it ahead for Gordillo. Robles. And that's knocked away. Gallardo stepped in. Guatemala losing hope, trailing by a pair of goals. Now whistle as Pineda was fouled. Mexico in cruise control. Gold Cup continues tomorrow. The nightcap will feature the United States when they face Martinique. I'll be on the call, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Pacific. That is if there are no weather delays. We've had lightning delays the last 2 nights, but the last 2 nights have featured matches in Texas. So hopefully Kansas will not have similar weather issues. Fingers crossed on that. And now here's a takeaway by Guatemala. It's held by Jorge Aparicio. 65 minutes played now. This is Oscar Santis. His cross blocked. Out it goes for a corner kick. The Mexican fans making plenty of noise. As they get back on the winning track after a surprise draw in the opener against TNT. Will be a Guatemala corner. Outswinger by Santis, the header away by Araujo. Now it's Chaka Rodriguez. Rogelio Funes Mori seeking a hat trick. He'll lay it back. Now it's settled by Gutierrez. Tecatito Corona to Gutierrez. Into the middle with Edson Alvarez. You can tell that fatigue becoming a factor for Guatemala. Hector Herrera going for goal. Save made as Hagen got down quick enough. Guatemala, as I mentioned, took part in those qualifying rounds to try to make this Gold Cup. And that required 2 matches just last week in Florida. So this is their 4th match in, I believe, 12 days. Same was the case for Trinidad and Tobago, who made it to the tournament through those preliminary rounds. They defeated, I can't even remember. Trinidad qualified through penalty kicks. Was it St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Can't quite recollect who it was, but yeah, for the teams that got in through the preliminary rounds, it is certainly a congested schedule with those qualifiers taking place so close to the actual tournament beginning. And now Mexico will make their first change. And Tata Martino will bring on Jonathan Dos Santos, a very familiar name for MLS fans. Dos Santos in for Gutierrez. Dos Santos has had 54 caps for Mexico, 4 goals, and he's currently in his 5th season with the LA Galaxy in MLS. Teammates with Chicharito, of course. Chicharito not on this Mexico team. He's been out of the Mexico national team picture for a while now. It's a very interesting situation going on with the Federation and Chicharito. But we'll see if Chicharito eventually returns to the side in the future. Of course, the World Cup qualifiers will be on the horizon. Down behind the play for Mexico is Salcedo. He's clutching his right ankle, it appears. And he will gingerly regain his footing. Oh yeah, it was a non-contact injury there. Just the way he landed was a bit awkward, and he immediately clutched that right ankle. We'll see if it's anything that serious. Oscar Santis will exit for Guatemala. Another change on the way. Martinez comes on. '70th minute of play. Mexico holding a 2-goal lead. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. I understand it's quite a late night. In fact, it's already Thursday here on the East Coast. Oh, is that right? Is that right, Kathleen? Okay. You moved to Colorado recently, so you're a Galaxy fan. Very good, very good. Yeah, yeah. I was born and raised here in Massachusetts, so the Revolution are my team. Um, Unfortunately, the last time the Revs made MLS Cup, your Galaxy broke my heart. I remember that so vividly. The Revolution are they've devastated me time and time again. They've made 4 MLS Cup finals and have lost all 4. And that ball is clipped in over the bar from Rodriguez. Mexico certainly seemed to be on the verge of a third goal. Just a poor final ball from Rodriguez in the end. Now the goal kick will be taken. Yeah, no, I like Bruce too. I mean, he's a good coach. I like him in charge of the Revs. Of course, he was the manager for a while there at the Galaxy. But yeah, no, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. But I'll give him credit for ever since he's come into the Revolution, he's really turned the team around. I mean, they made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Final last year. So no, he's completely turned around the direction of the franchise. So I'll give him credit for that, even though I was certainly against him back in the day when he was with the Galaxy. What's going on, Vaughn? How are you doing, man? Good to see you here, Vaughn. Here's Herrera on the turn. The cross comes in and now sent away by Jose Pinto. '73rd minute of play. Mexico seem to be well on their way to their first victory in this Gold Cup. You're excited about the Open Championship tomorrow? Nice, Vaughn. Nice. Yeah, as I've said before, I don't follow golf that much, so unfortunately, I can't quite engage in conversation regarding the Open Championship. You're still watching. I appreciate it, LB. Thanks for sticking around. It's certainly late where I am. 12:10 a.m. in fact, as this pass is turned over by Jesus Corona. Fighting back for it is Jonathan Dos Santos. A little too ambitious. And a foul is called as he took down Hernandez. On the ball now is Dos Santos. Do I know any golfers? Yeah, I know the big names, Vaughn. Well, obviously, Tiger Woods isn't playing. I don't know if he will play again after that, horrible car accident, but everyone knows him. I know, Rory McIlroy. What is his name? John Rahm, I think. Maybe that's his name. Phil Mickelson. Bryson DeChambeau. I think that's his name. I know others. If I can think about it, as Mexico may have another chance trying to thread the pass through, was Pineda, but it was broken up momentarily. However, now it's Mexico again with a chance. Rogelio Funes Mori taps it back, second chance, and it's put just wide. Tecatito Corona so close to a goal. Mexico on the verge of a third with 15 minutes to play. I have this one golfer in mind that I can't think of his name, Vaughn. What's his name? I'm blanking out. He's kind of young, I think. I think he went to Alabama in college. It'll come to me. But yeah, I don't know that many golfers, but those are some names I can list off. I think I know a few others that I just can't think of at the moment. Header won by Nestor Araujo. Now in possession is Robles for Guatemala. Was that kept in play? Yes, it was, by Ceballos. Hernandez back to the keeper, Hagen. Hagen gets rid of it. And the header is off of Rodriguez. It was Robles laying it off, but he couldn't find a teammate. And now on the ball is Edson Alvarez. Back for Rodriguez. The possession, same old story really. 72% of it has been with Mexico. Of course, against Mexico, for Mexico against Trinidad and Tobago, they had more than 80% of the possession, but couldn't score. Justin Thomas, that's his name. Yes, thanks, Vaughn. I couldn't think of his name. Yes, that is who I had on the tip of my tongue. Here is Araujo. That pass picked off, but it's won back quickly by El Tri. With it now is Pineda. Herrera for Dos Santos. And now edge of the box, it's Pineda. Funes Mori. Herrera sprays it wide. Rodriguez delivers the cross. The header. It's a goal. Another one for Rogelio. Nope, rather it's Pineda this time. Another one for Mexico nonetheless. I thought for a moment Funes Mori grabbed a hat trick, but it is Pineda with the finish. And how about the acrobatic celebration? A little bit of front flip action from none other than Orbelín Pineda. It was a gorgeous cross from Rodriguez, just put on a platter and headed back across the face of goal, off the post and in from Pineda. And Mexico have now sealed the victory for good with a third goal in the 79th minute of play. I guess that was, I guess you could say that was a backflip on the celebration. A little bit of everything, a cartwheel, front flip, back flip. A little bit of it all from Pineda, and Mexico are certainly smiling tonight. They certainly weren't on Saturday against Trinidad. A different story in this one. And funny enough, 2 of Pineda's 3 international goals now have come against Guatemala. Yes, I do know Ethan Bear Vaughn. He plays for the Oilers, I think. Thank you, Luxers, for tuning in. How you doing, man? Yeah, it's 3-0 Mexico. They just scored a third goal, Luxers. Appreciate you stopping by. It's late night where I am. Early morning, I guess you could say, 12:17 a.m. Guatemala did make a change after that Mexico goal, by the way. De Leon has come on for Robles. So that was the Guatemala change. And that is their 5th and final substitution, in fact. Irving Chucky Lozano for Mexico after suffering that terrible head injury against Trinidad and Tobago on Saturday. Out the rest of the tournament, of course, and he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. So hopefully he can have a swift recovery. But yeah, that was just a horrible injury to see, where he was bumped from behind, shoved from behind, and then crashed into the Trinidad goalkeeper. And look at this, some space. And now the cutback from Corona. Rogelio Funes Mori was in the area, still sitting on a hat trick, I should say. But Guatemala managed to clear. Here is Chaca Rodriguez. He'll switch fields as Mexico have a 3-0 advantage. And Tata Martino is set to make essentially a line change, I guess you could call it. 3 changes on the way. There's a foul called against El Tri. And here we go. Mexico with a trio of substitutions right now. And so we will see Sepulveda coming on. He replaces Araujo. So on comes Sepulveda. And we'll also see Funes Mori's night come to a close. Not a bad night at all for Rogelio Funes Mori. In fact, he had 2 goals tonight, and it will be Alan Pulido coming on. There are reports that Pulido wouldn't play until Sunday against El Salvador, but he comes on tonight. Pulido of Sporting Kansas City in MLS, of course. You like Ethan Bear? Yeah, he seems like a great guy for sure, and he's a pretty good player as well for Edmonton in the NHL. Efrain Alvarez has also come into the match for Mexico, so that caps off those 3 changes. As we enter the 84th minute. And Efrain came on for Tecatito Corona, by the way. Alvarez, who actually has dual citizenship, had the opportunity to play for the U.S., but Mexico instead were able to snatch him. Unfortunately, would have loved to see Efrain play for the U.S. He was born here in the States, but his parents are Mexican. Hey, you can't get them all. You hope Mexico lose in the quarterfinal? Yeah, I'm right. I'm right with you, Luxers. I hope so too. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I'm tired of Mexico winning the Gold Cup too. They've won 4 of the last 6 now, and 8 total. Here's a chance, just over the bar from the captain, Hector Herrera. And here comes the final substitution for Mexico, as Hector Herrera makes way for Sanchez. Eric Sanchez coming on. And Herrera, the captain, his night comes to a close. Well, one more goal for Mexico, and my prediction will be correct. I said 4-0 before the match started. Weird questions are always invited, especially this late at night, Vaughn. My least favorite thing to wear. I don't really like. I like wearing just comfortable short sleeves and shorts. So I don't like dressing up in nice clothes. It just it bugs me. But so I'd probably say collared shirts drive me nuts. I don't like wearing jeans either. I will if I have to, of course, for a nice occasion. But yeah, I don't like wearing jeans or collared shirts. I just don't like it. What's going on, Rohan? You just woke up. Good morning, Rohan. I appreciate you tuning in. What is it, like about 10 a.m. your time in India, as this is a bouncing ball towards the penalty spot. Guatemala clear. Yeah, Rohan, this game actually was delayed by 38 minutes because of lightning in the area. So lightning postponed this game, so that's why it's going this late. You hate wearing jeans, Vaughn? Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't like it either. They're just not comfortable. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Luxers, but they have no choice. Mexico and the U.S. have to play in the Gold Cup. It's the regional tournament. I will say the gap is being bridged. There was just 10 years ago there was a huge gap between the U.S. and Mexico's compared to teams like El Salvador, for example, but that gap is getting smaller and smaller. There is more competition in CONCACAF, which is great for all teams involved, because we see some smaller nations improving, and then we see Mexico and U.S. facing some more tests than we have seen in the past. As this is taken to the end line, cross delivered, header away. Haven't worn jeans since like 2011. Wow, Vaughn. Well, yeah, I know Luxers, and they do. They try to play some European teams and friendlies to gear up for the World Cup. I'm slowly becoming a regular teen. Why do you say that? I typically stay up this late in the summer, and on the weekends during the school year, because I don't have school right now, so it's summer break for us here in the U.S. So I typically stay up this late. I'm just usually I'm not calling games that go this late. Thank you, Jesse, for joining the broadcast. I appreciate it. Who have to be more serious and oh, you're saying the smaller nations. I see. Yes. Yeah, I definitely agree. As that was a nice save there by Nicholas Sagan. Do I have soccer friends? Yeah, yeah. I have a ton of friends who I've played soccer with. Absolutely, and a lot of those friends currently play for my high school's team, and I actually commentate my high school's soccer games among other sports, and I get to interview some of the players, after the match. So sometimes I get to interview some of my friends that I used to play with, which is pretty cool. As this is taken short, and now a foul will be called. The whistle, or rather, offsides will be called as the AR raised his flag, and it will be a free kick going out. Yeah, definitely. The quality of play in CONCACAF, you just can't compare to Europe, but it's growing. It's growing, for sure. Gold Cup continues tomorrow, the nightcap at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Martinique against the United States. I'll be on the call for that one. What's my favorite position of football game? Well, when I played, I always played outside mid, so I usually play on the left side. But yeah, I was a midfielder. Usually a left mid. Sometimes I played on the right side. But yeah, that's my favorite. That was my favorite position playing. 3 minutes of stoppage time, by the way, as Mexico will have a corner kick. Closing in on 11:30 p.m. local time in Dallas. 12:30 a.m. my time here on the East Coast. And this will come in from a long ways out. Hagen controls. 2 minutes to play as he rolls it ahead for Morales. Oh, and that's a nice takeaway as the steal came from behind. But ultimately, Guatemala commit a foul. Closing minutes now. In fact, 90 seconds remain. This is back with Rodriguez, and now a pitch invader comes storming on. There doesn't seem to be security anywhere in sight. It looked like the pitch invader was sporting a Guatemala flag. Now, apparently, one security personnel has come onto the pitch. That took a while. Usually, you see security all over pitch invaders, but that guy was able to run across the whole pitch. I don't think I've ever seen that before the cameras panned away. The fans certainly getting a kick out of it. Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, no one would argue against that, Luxers. We all know European soccer is, by a large margin better than CONCACAF, but yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So that situation is under control. The pitch invader taken care of. It's a pretty dull ending, to be honest. So at least that pitch invader provided a little bit of excitement. I'm not promoting people invading pitches, though. Foul called. Quick free kick. Mexico. Can they get a fourth late? At the edge of the box. Jostled around and eventually going down was Efrain Alvarez. It doesn't matter. The final whistle has come, and it's Mexico who get the 3 points, their first win of the tournament. A game they really needed to win after a surprise draw against Trinidad and Tobago. 3-0 the final score in Dallas. And Mexico are now in prime position to qualify to the quarterfinals, but they want more than that. They look to finish first place. A win versus El Salvador in the final match day would do them just that. Top 5 places I wish to go, Rohan. Good question. First off, here are the Group A standings. El Salvador already through to the quarterfinals on 6 points. Mexico have 4 points. Trinidad and Tobago 1. Guatemala none. But regarding your question, Vaughn, I don't know, man. There's a lot of places I'd love to go. India, I'll put India on that list, not just because you're in here, Rohan, but I actually do want to check out India. My uncle's been, and he said it was a cool experience. India, I'll say Australia. I like to go to a couple places in Europe. I like to go to Argentina first and foremost. My dad's been. He said it was a cool experience in Buenos Aires. I'd like to go to Japan. Yeah, I'll bounce around each continent. And then I'd like to go to Germany. Germany, I'm interested in going. My dad's been to Germany too. Yeah, off the top of my head, those are some places I'd like to go. The list is much longer than that, but yeah. That will do it for my broadcast, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's been a late night once more, but it was fun. Mexico 3, Guatemala 0. It's all over in Dallas. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the USA in action against Martinique. That's 10 Eastern time.